Never set yourself up to get embarrassed if you're not prepared to humble yourself and admit that you're wrong and that you don't have everything figured out. That's the ultimate message here overall. However, also there's a lesson to be learned within this conversation that we're about to have. Tap in.
You need people like me. You need people like me so you can point your fucking fingers.
The video that you're about to watch presented an opportunity for me to showcase a few things that I noticed. Um, Most importantly, when we as adults want to have a discussion with other adults about topics that might be unflattering to most people, you get into politics and religion, you know what I'm talking about. It's it's something that is just never going to stop. You know, it gets people to thinking, it gets people to questioning reality, it gets people to really asking the bigger question: Am I wrong? Which is an uncomfortable position to put yourself in. Now, the young lady that is having this debates with Andrew, she shows you a few things which ultimately causes her to file a lawsuit against whatever podcast. But the thing is, was it really warranted? Now, what you're about to watch here gives you just a taste of how this went and why you can understand exactly why she ended up doing what she decided to do ultimately. Uh, let's get into it, man. Like,
I mean, I don't, again, asking me to continue to explain myself is a little bit tiring, but there's a lot of reasons. I mean, I have some health issues. I just sitting here for this prolonged period. I was not told, by the way, that this was going to be 3 hours. I thought it was going to be an hour max. So I agreed.
We didn't specify that it was going to be an hour max. So why would
No,
we
no, no.
assume?
I actually was very poor communication on your end. But anyways, I'm telling you that I will be leaving at 6.
Not poor communication on your end. You're going to a show and didn't bother asking how long it was going to be?
No, I did when I got here, but I will be.
Wait. When you got here?
I'm leaving at 6. Okay, so we can have as much of a debate as we want.
Okay.
Yeah, we understand
And if
you're
that's
leaving
not
at
satisfactory,
6.
I will leave now. Like, I'm just letting you know, like, this is not an environment for me that I am
Oh my
enjoying.
God, you whine.
before you know Andrew go off on her because he about to. If you listen to how she's talking, she's already giving me the indications that she has issues. She's really triggered, like really triggered. I mean, really triggered. Um, Communication is at utmost important. I'm a business person. I like to be on time. I can't stand people who are late. I can't stand people who are unprofessional. If there's things that happen between when we schedule a show and we schedule just anything in general, dating, whatever, something come up, text me, send me an email, send me a message. Hey, this is this. Don't wait until the last minute to decide that. I gotta. That's horrible time management. That's horrible ethics, and it makes you look like somebody who is not trustworthy at all. She's getting extremely compulsive, and it's like, how do you not disclose certain information? You're not anybody who's ever watched whatever podcast, you know Them shows go on for hours. They're not just there for 30 minutes. They are there for like 4, 5, 6, 7 hours. I don't know how the hell they do it, but they do it nonetheless. Let's continue.
So much. You're such a whiner. You just whine and cry.
But yeah,
about
I'm just
everything.
letting you know. I don't.
But what was
Lord.
what was the other thing you said?
I
that
can't do a
if-
debate. He's going to ask me questions about my worldview I wasn't prepared for. I'm just here to teach and monologue, and I
I'm
don't
just
want
saying,
it. I don't want it. It's fucking ridiculous.
If the I signed something about coming
so
here.
she
about making
agreed.
an
She
appearance,
agreed to 6:30 right in front of me. I like, and now she's retracting it. It's like, what is going on? I don't know.
And mind you, Andrew has just already done 2 debates. He did one on Friday and on
flew
Thursday.
in also for my opponent.
And
Very kind to me.
that
You're
is kind.
welcome.
Thank
and
you.
Those debates.
I also don't live here. I flew in. I'm in Chicago, so.
Right. Those debate. Wait, I'm a little confused. You flew in.
I flew in. I have family that lives an hour away, so I spent a little bit of time with them this morning, and then I'm going to see them again before I fly out tomorrow.
What's the point?
Well, okay. We'll discuss that after the show, but. If you looked at our channels and the length of our previous debates, the past 2 debates that we had were
Have gone
like
quite
4 or
long.
5 hours. And
Yeah.
So
I mean, again,
why would you have a different
I
assumption?
have health problems.
Yeah, but why
I
would
mean,
you
are
have
you
a
serious?
different
Like,
assumption?
are you fucking serious?
I'm fucking serious. Why would you have
I
a different
health
assumption?
issues.
Why would? But why? How would we know that?
I'm telling you now.
Of course, but don't you think that if you saw the last 2 episodes, they went 5 hours, why would you presume that yours was going to go less and that we would know you
Because I
had
have
health issues?
Because I'm telling you, I have
but when you
problems.
get to the show,
Oh my God. Wow.
You're-
Unreal.
this is an initial. This is a disclosure now. But look, so we're going to continue the conversation. But there was one other thing you said to me there in private.
you're fundamentally a dishonest person. Like, fundamentally dishonest. There's no reason for you to hold that presumption at all. On top of there being no reason for you to hold that presumption whatsoever, you get to the studio, then say you have health issues. It's like, yeah, it seems fundamentally dishonest.
Right. I mean, that's just kind of something that you don't want to disclose because it's a little embarrassing.
You don't want to disclose it, but you disclose it. Help me figure that one out. So, like, if it's that personal, if your health is that important to you, or whatever you have going on is going to put you in a position to have to abruptly disrupt a show, or you're going to have to kind of do things sporadically to protect your health, then that is something that you should let the people know. If something happens to you during the show and nobody know about it, right? Maybe I'm tripping here, but I can tell you already, Andrew is one of them people that will argue with you, and it's not like you don't know. Do your research. That's all I'm gonna say. Do your research, because he triggers people, and I know why he triggered them. It's usually because they don't know how to provide facts, or there's things within discussions where it's like, all right, I have a point, you have a point. Now, help me to understand why what you're saying is true, while I'm giving you my reason for why it's not true. And for the most part, you get attitudes and feedback like what she's getting uncomfortable, getting shifty. You heard the levels of her voice get up. Like, it's for the life of me, I could never get it. I could never understand it. And that right there is just a portion of it. That went on way longer. I'm sparing you. But she was pissed. They got into it about what feminism is, why it's destructive, and it got so bad that she threatened to get up a million times. Actually, she walks off here on this clip because he was taunting her and roasting her. Whoever said women can take jokes, no, they can't. Absolutely not. He's not even a comedian. But he was cooking, and she got extremely offended. She got so extremely offended to the point where she ain't suing him. She's suing Brian because she feels like, I guess Brian allowed Andrew to cut her off and disrespect her and blah blah blah. But in duration of the entire show, she was being rude and obnoxious, and she, yeah, if you want to see the full video, go check out whatever's podcast. He did cook her. For those of you who be wanting to see the actual roasting sessions, I'll put the link in the description box so you can spin back and watch it. I ain't gonna hold you. I can't sit for 5-6 hours and watch. No, I can't do that. But just based off of this little portion right here, you should already know that it wasn't going to be a cordial back and forth. Now, I'm going to tell you, I didn't see no real solid evidence that would provide me enough reason to say, oh, I see why you decided to sue. You just got emotional and you couldn't handle what men typically go through on a regular basis amongst their own peers. Men do this all the time. Friend groups, all that. You just randomly just decided to get on the show you know nothing about. That don't make no sense to me. None.
Merry Christmas, filthy animals.